Hi guys! Today we're going to be learning about graphing relations. And this is going to be the most important skill you will probably ever learn in math. Graphs are so important. So this is the first example we're going to do today. So the cost of NCDs in dollars is 12N. So this is a relationship. And it's asking us to find what the cost of one CD is. And we have a table. So remember back in Mr. White's video, we learned about table of values. So we're going to complete this table for you guys. So it says that the relationship is number of CDs costs $12 per CD. So that would mean that we'd have to multiply each number of CDs by 12. So the first one would be 12. The second one would be 2 times 12 is 24. For the third one, we have 3 times 12, which we get 36. And 4 times 12 is 48, and 5 times 12 is 60 CDs. So that's how you would fill out the table of values for this question. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys how to graph this. So we have our table of values here. Remember that our number of CDs is our x variable, or you can also call it the input. Remember from the table of values that we did last time. And then our cost is our y variable, and this can also be called the output. So we can turn these x and y variables into what are called coordinates. And they're in the form x, y. And these coordinates can be plotted on this graph that we have here. So if we ever give you just a blank sheet of graph paper, you will have to make your own graph. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that here. So I'm just going to turn these x and y coordinates. I'm going to write them on this chart here. So we have our x is 1 and our y is 12. And we would write them in the form x, y, and x always comes first in a coordinate. So these coordinates would be 1, 12. These would be 2, 24. The third one would be 3 and 36. Next one would be 4 and 48. And then 5 and 16. So we know that our biggest value here is 60. So we need to make sure that our y-axis goes all the way up to 60. And our biggest x value is 5. So we need to make sure that it goes up to at least 5. And you always want to start at 0 and label it. And this is also called the origin on a graph. And you want to make sure that your axes are spread evenly apart. So this is our x-axis down here. And this is our y-axis here. And so we would plot our x value, so that's our first number in our coordinate along the x-axis, and then the second number in our coordinate along the y-axis. And so when we're setting up our axis, we want to make sure that our numbers are placed evenly apart because we don't want to change the relationship that's shown. So here we have 20 boxes along our x-axis. So since we have 5 values that need to be on the graph, we would divide that number by 5. So you you would put a number with every 4 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it makes the axis evenly spaced apart. And we would do the same along the y-axis. So we need to go up to 60 in this case. So you want to count the number of boxes you have along the y-axis. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 17, 19. So say that's about 20. So let's go up by 5 because 60 is too large for the number of boxes that we have. So we start with 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 50, 55, and 60. So it's okay that it doesn't go all the way up to the top. So now we would plot our coordinates. So we would go to the x-axis first and go to 1, and then all the way up to 12. So we would put a point about at 12. And it's okay if it's not completely perfect, because there is error in graphs. The next one would be 224. So we would find our x-axis, which is 2, and go all the way up to our y-axis, which is 24. And the next one is 3 and 36. And we have 4 and 48. And finally, 5 and 16. And what you always want to do is you want to connect the dots. So we would draw a straight line. Make sure you use a ruler. And connect all the dots together. And then we can see that we have a linear relationship in this case because all the dots are connected in a straight line. Alright, so next steps from here is we have to make sure we have all the parts of the graph that are required. So we always want to make sure we have a title for our graph. So this one we could title Cost of CDs. And we also want to make sure that we have titles for our x-axis. So let's call this what the variable is. So we'll make this number of CDs. And we also have to label our y-axis. And we will label this one with cost. And you always want to have